Call. Call. Raise. 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 Yes. Yes.
And that's where the big bucks start rolling in.
Yo, what is up, guys? It is Rod with Ono GTO. This is episode 1 for not the restart, but new format again for the Bankroll Challenge. Gonna do even less editing. Not gonna cut it up in like part 1, part 2. Just became pretty hard to follow. And even though I didn't have to edit, I still had to wait for it to export to YouTube. And I could have as much as like 2 or 3 videos, like trying to like export or upload all at one time. And that's a lot on somebody with limited time like I do. So anyway, I hope you guys like this. We're going to do 40 now. There's been a little bit of downtime since last time we uploaded a video. Made probably close to $200 since then, give or take. Can't really remember what the last bankroll total was, but we're going to be sitting at $13.90. Kind of effed around a little bit with some Omaha, so that was kind of fun. Played like 1 or 2 sit and goes. Actually played like pretty well as far as the sit and goes go. I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to Omaha. Sit and goes used to be, one point in time, my bread and butter. They're not overly difficult, especially at the lower stakes. Actually, they're pretty exploitable. If I'm being honest, it takes a while to scale the volume with sit and goes than it does with cash. So anyway, all that said, I'll see you guys on the other side. Hope you guys like it. Episode 1 of 40 now. What's up? Some potatoes. All right. Let's right off the top. There's the bankroll. 1,390. Like I did say, we experimented with a little PLO. That was kind of fun. I started listening to and reading some of the content from the guy that used to work, that had the falling out with Upswing some years ago, JNads. At least that's what his username is. I forget what his actual name is. He has a lot of good, like, high-level PLO content. Like, at one point, I don't know if he's still considered the best, but was considered not just, one of the best coaches, but maybe one of the better PLO players. Anyway, yeah, I started reading just a very small amount of his stuff, and it, at a minimum, got me interested in maybe experimenting with PLO. I think PLO is an interesting game because the equities run so close together. And there are some that will tell you that, what you play pre-flop doesn't matter in PLO. And, which is obviously not true. And from most of the things that I'm reading from, some of the best PLO content creators and players out there, is that misconception, wins you a lot of money in PLO. Like, just having like a solid pre-flop game that everyone else, like the population, otherwise pays like minimal mind to. Okay, those are really good so far. That guy, not as good. But. So, may consider making that a bigger part of my game, like just adding in some PLO. I think I'm gonna wait maybe to get a seat at this table. Just be a little patient. No, it was close from not having a post. I think PLO lends itself to different personality types, like people that want to play more hands. Let's take a seat and then evaluate, because we can always just stand up really quick. I'll fold here. All right, this so far seems awful. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go ahead and dip out here. But it lends itself to I don't know, maybe people that like flexibility, and also obviously people that like playing hands. Folks that maybe are a little bit more aggressive, which is good for I don't know, just overall good for the game. And if you're, let's see here, and also too, I feel like if you're a very good math player, like if you understand, like, let's see here, let's close that eye. If you can have like an understanding that, I think bet here is okay, or was okay. Feels weird to rep the piece now, but just make a small bet, because you can continue with the jack. Let's see here. I don't really know kind of what he's thinking with. I mean, probably what I want him to call me with, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just fair. But if you are, go ahead and sit down real quick. But if you can kind of have like an understanding when we're talking about PLO or just like in Hold'em, like like a situation where you've got like let's call one, I guess. A situation like where you've got like a suited connector and I think we donk. It's unraised pre-flop, so this gets checked around a lot. There's in a situation like where someone likely has top pair, but you have 9 to a flush and then 8 more to a straight or something like that, or 6 more, I guess, if you take all your flush outs. If you have a pretty firm understanding of the math behind that and why you actually are a favorite despite not having a pair, I feel like PLO lends itself to that crowd as well, which is any confident poker player. But at the same time, though, there are some people that just purely value only having at least a pair before they can continue in any given situation, or before they check raise somebody, which is not really a sound way to play, but they're out there too. So this is not the optimal seat for this. I think we want to be maybe right there. Green Jack is a cusp hand, but I think we're gonna let it go. Oh, we ended up on a 1-2 table. Surprisingly, the stats are actually okay for a 1-2 table. I think we're gonna get up. I don't mind playing 1-2, but it's not kind of what I'm looking for. I don't know how I'm just not noticing this. It's actually very funny. Yeah, let's just go to lobby. Well, it's a pretty tight range from the small blind, but the flop's pretty good. Oh. Yep. I was gonna say, I don't think there's like a huge amount of value in raising. 24. Anyway. I could be wrong. I don't know. Obviously, sort of, kind of played it like at it ace. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of feel like we were either getting him off air, which we beat, or trying to get him off of ace, which we're not going to. So, call there just seemed like the better option. Because on the times he doesn't have an ace, we can go for max value and make her flush, or put him, in a lot of high pressure situations with like turns and overs. Yep, got dip out here. Sorry, guys. Yeah, nothing against playing 2 and L. Like, I'm sure it's like great to warm up, but we have a bankrupt challenge to win. Alright, I'm gonna minimize this just a little bit. Sorry, I didn't realize it was overlapping so much with the table. Why didn't you guys tell me? This isn't live, by the way. None of these are live. I have pondered maybe signing up for like one of those cloud-based services. Oh, excuse me, like one of those cloud-based services to do like a little more live streaming. Okay, sorry, we've just been kind of coasting down here. Sorry, let's gotta add a couple more tables. Yeah, looks. Yeah, we can do better than this one. We are playing decently early, so 40-0. I did kind of anticipate it being like a little dead, being a little hard to find tables, but we're gonna make this work. Alright, got another one. I'm just waiting for it to load up, and it never will load up. Okay, there it goes. Alright, oh, perfect. Let's just, like, kind of make it big. Folks don't really know me. They don't know what I'm about. I just think I'm a little cray-cray. Okay. Feel better about God, club dub. Dude, are you serious? Are you serious right now? Oh my god. Is my internet okay? That Alright, we're just gonna make ourselves even more mad. What did he have? Maybe we'll feel better if we did not lay down a monster. It's full. Alright, what is this? MHMZ? Alright, let's reveal the hands. Yeah, he had King 5. He had King 5 of spades, like almost exactly a hand I would put him on. God. Club dub! I swear, man. Oh, this tech is just frustrating sometimes. Like, the players are just, like, so good that it pretty much makes it worth it. But, oh my god, when stuff like that happens, it is just, like, very tilting. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, well, let's lock in. I mean, yeah. I was like, oh no, I missed out on that price, but I mean, it's like literally 3-7. Yeah, we can raise it here. Let's go 8. 8's fine. I swear. Let's minimize this a touch. Fold. Alright, did we just sit down? Alright, a little glitchy, but no, okay. Yeah, let's just 3. Just 3 exit. Raised it. Okay, yeah, we can fold this phone. Thought about just going crazy with it, but let's just stay in the pocket a little bit. So we made a roll for 4x. Got one color behind. It's close. Okay, now what again? 32-18. It made it kind of large. Okay, we just fold. Yeah, I feel like 3-bet there is like okay. But I don't know. He's like a 40-23. Like, we're gonna have some better spots. Yeah, we don't really have. Not really drawn to anything. Yeah, we're folding. Adjust the camera here just a little bit. Yep. I just got done raining where I'm at. I hope it's weather's pretty good where you guys are at. Let's see. I like 7 here better, like when it's just like small blind and big blind. Alright, I'm gonna make it very small. We're gonna block. I think block is good. Oh, wow. Okay. Very surprising he didn't 3-bet there. I don't know. Maybe if you look at solver outputs like Ace Jack is supposed to, Ace Jack is just supposed to call there. Alright, black size will go good because it feels like we can. I don't know, there's not really many queens that beat us. So I feel like blocking usually makes more sense, like if you can get better, if worse will call and better will fold. So. I don't know. I think if he has like some occasional like two pairs, and he might be afraid that like the one liner with the straight being out there means something. I'll get back and look at that configuration. So I guess it was that. Yeah. It's like a hand like ace deuce is definitely possible. It's definitely within my range. And let's see. Yeah, you call it. It's not the best flop. Get these tables so more organized. So let's do this time, and then we're gonna bring him back over. Yeah, just fold. Yeah, we already talked about it. Oh, quads. Got him? Alright, let's go. Yeah. Check rate. He didn't 3-bet. No, we're into two pair. Ah, two pair. Oh, boat. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I should have known not to get tangled up with the 51-8, but I don't know. Like, give you check raising with flush draw. Like king jack, king queen. Sorry, queen jack. Like something like queen jack with like I don't know, maybe like a flush draw or something like that. Actually, just wouldn't have been an overwhelming favorite. Yeah, we're just gonna put this guy in. And he gets king. I don't know. If I'm like not gonna believe somebody and rip it with like not like a completely stellar hand. What's this guy? 16. Let's fold. I feel like I'm gonna be like more likely to do it like on the flop than like the turn in the river. I feel like I don't know, like river check raise especially, but like continued aggression on the turn in the river is, you know, for like a sizing like that is less likely to be above. One second, guys. Got to pause just real quick. All right, guys, we're back. We have a straight on this table. We raised pre. I went check check on the flop. Really worried slightly about the flush, but not really. Hopefully, he just has an 8, and he's just gonna call. If he has a 6, he's gonna. Okay. Let's say if he had a 6 or a 10, he would probably consider calling. But yeah, sorry about that. Just had to make a phone call. This is going okay so far. We're probably like hovering right around like break even with that hand like down here. And if you include that along with that that pocket king hand, and then we stacked somebody, had them dominated, and they just ended up hitting a king. So more or less, this is going pretty good. I'd say I definitely think it's possible that like the way we played that ace jack hand might have been a mistake, but I don't know. The call range is going to be pretty wide, and like jack 6 is just a difficult hand to put somebody on. So like on a flop like that, we're near the top of a range with like, you know, especially like with flush draws being possible. Um, Honestly, there's just a chance that we just like straight up just have the best hand, but I think we're just gonna fold. Well, that's very interesting. He called with ace king. He didn't 3-bet me. Very interesting. I guess not that interesting since he calls a whole lot. This is very interesting. That's what's gonna call one. No, it's a bad turn. 1,000 hearts would be worse, but be honest with you, I think I'm gonna fold. It's probably, and of course, make a boat at the end. that completes a flush as well. Yeah. If they fold, I'm gonna reveal. I just kind of want to see what this guy's doing this with because he's just playing kind of weird. I mean, he's obviously somebody that we can't exploit, but he plays so oddly. Kind of want to know what he's doing this with. If they don't, no one calls. Yeah. Obviously, the result sucks because we made a boat at the end, but I mean, that's, we were way behind and kind of knew that. So, it is what it is. It had been beautiful though, right? Just to call one and just get 2 stacks for the price of one. Would have been beautiful. This is going to be a rather short one. I'd say I probably expect we're going to go maybe slightly over an hour and then probably shut it down. Alright, non-PFR we can fold. Definitely a higher chance that that's a steal, but 9 PFR is pretty snug. It's pretty snug. Oops, like honestly, super don't mind like the play like he on the turn. Let's see. I'll make this a little bit big since his like VPIP is slightly higher than optimal. I want to get him out. Oh, no. It's like 8x might be a call, but yeah. See what he had. Okay, yeah, he's king, yeah. He's king. I still don't mind the fold. I mean, as many times as he shows up there with ace king, like pocket nines, pocket tens, and we're absolutely crushed. Because if he's going to do that with ace king, I feel like he'd probably do that with something like ace queen suited, and then we could have like pocket queens or something like that, and do very well against him. I feel like one thing I'm getting slightly better at is I don't know, sussing out some of those nuances of is he gonna raise it? 14's okay. I don't know, some of the nuances of just like the pre-flop game. Like on some of those, like say like you raised like pre with like jacks. Like raise pre with jacks like from early position. Or maybe it's like say like you're under the gun +1, and under the gun raises it. Under the gun raises it. You 3-bet with jacks, and then instead of just like ripping it all in, they do like that little min 4-bet. That I feel like is generally like just ultra strong range. I mean, that's just screaming like, please call me or jam over the top. Whereas like if they just jam it in, like it's almost like more protective, like it's like ace king, maybe, sometimes it's like ace queen, and then you have them, like you have them pretty much. Whereas like, which is counterintuitive, like, they're putting more money into the pot with a worse hand, but as opposed to less money in the pot with a better hand. But I just feel like at this level, that is like a decently common play. I feel like that lends itself more to like more reggae types though, which we really shouldn't be doing too much playing with them. But this is like kind of not junky, but like I think it's probably like somewhat okay. Let me check. But no matter how you play, you're gonna have regs at your table. I mean, you can try to table select all you want, but the regs are doing the same exact thing that you're doing. They're in the same boat you are. They're trying to find good tables. Let's do a. I've seen minor DK here a lot. I think all our tables are probably bad. Like that guy's not great. Let's just let's stand up and change the table. One thing that's interesting about pocket tens, not from like the small blind, but like from like this blind spot, like the true. From like the true like big blind, pocket tens actually, in a lot of spots, does better as a call, at least in the solver. It recommends that you call honestly a little more often than you raise, which is very interesting. And I was thinking about today, I'm like, why that is, and I can't exactly come up with the reasoning, like right now off the cuff, like when I got like 2 or 3 hands going on, but let's see. See if we can hit a boat, but we don't. Oh well. I think maybe it's because like set mining, like hitting a set with like pocket tens. There we go. Is like a perfect situation. Obviously, like, because you hit a set, but also too, like, on like say something like ace 2-10, the pre-flop raiser is gonna have a set, less. Not that often, because I mean it's there's an ace on the board, so I mean there's less combo of pocket aces, and also too like ace king on ace 2-10 feels like the absolute top of the range, which I mean it really is. So, and then you also have your straight outs as well too, that like I might say something like ace king jack is a pretty natural C bet, but maybe like on the situations like where someone wants to get a little somewhat fancy, let's call it, and check, you have like more opportunities to hit a straight with pocket tens, whereas like they're pretty much just relegated. The only way they can improve is just like if they got their ace or king. So yeah, I guess maybe like just thinking it through, that is sort of why pocket tens, like from like this, not the small blind, like true small blind, but like the true big blind, in like in a open mandatory straddle type situation, is why it operates like that. So I thought it was interesting tidbit that I'd share with you guys. I thought it was kind of cool. And funny enough, that's actually like a play that I did somewhat routinely in that spot, and it led to a lot of like big wins. From the cutoff of 18, let's just think it's worth at least a call. Let's call here. Perfect. Honestly, a little afraid of ace queen here, but call might have been okay, but like it would be very devastating to see like a queen come on the river and just have a one-liner to a straight out there. I think maybe we can do it a little bit less. Got a little greedy, but it's okay. Let's see, 14, okay. I feel like he just has a queen here, like always. The idea there was just to try to stack him with like the straight or the flush comes on the river, on the turn or the river. But I mean, with the flush coming on the turn. Let me check. Yep. Let's double check. We have absolutely squadoosh. Randomly thinking about that pocket king's hand where it just timed me out. And the guy just had just out of flush draw. Club dub. Look at me. Right in the eye. Do better. Do better. You're better than that. I'm just making some notes. And fold against him. Yeah, I think cold airs obviously get the fold fold out like some one-liners to a flush, and then like when they don't make if they don't make the flush on the river, probably check back. All right, this is where we have the big stack, but I think there's like nobody here that we can make money from. So whole minor DK back at it again. Right, this table's pretty bad. Let's close out and see what Old Bobby has for us. Right, there's no open seats, it looks like, so. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, one thing I've been examining a lot on on solvers is the hands that you can play from this early small blind, and it is not a whole lot against raise from any position. Like pocket twos would have been like okay call from like this spot like right here, but it is not profitable from that, mainly just because it's just very difficult to realize your equity. Check would have been okay, but yeah, I think check would have been better. Much better. I've just been kind of like in this auto, like just fast playing all my hands type mode here lately. Yeah, I've kind of been in that sort of mindset, so I think I miss out on spots like that. No. I was about to do something really stupid. No. I was just going to say to punish myself for not waiting to post. I was just going to like 3-bet, but there's just no reason to put in more bad money after bad money. All right, let's reevaluate some of these other tables. Let's see. That's just 2. Yeah, let's just fold it. It's not a whole lot. You're gonna hit queen 3 off. Excuse me, queen 3 off. That's gonna get you paid, you know. So what's going on here? Ace Jack against pocket 7s, and pocket 7s wins. How about that? Since the guys play so aggressively and he has a shorter stack, I would much prefer if I was like right here. Actually, hold on. Oh, that guy's short. I think we'll stay right here. And just kind of hope somebody busts out and we can occupy one of these seats. It is just slam pickings during the day on Club Dub, you know? Slim pickings. I don't have so many people to go. Actually, hold on, let's do a 3-bet. This feels very odd to do we're doing good against like whatever he has. Yeah, like pocket sixes is actually a perfect hand to play with Jack 10. Jack 10 actually is, like, if you look in Ecolab, is a favorite against some of like the lower pocket pairs. I don't think pocket sixes is one of those because it occupies some of your straight outs, but I think I want to say like pocket fives and below, Jack 10 is actually a favorite. So they actually were in a pretty decent spot there. And I do like that I did get to show, because I feel like that gives us like the image of someone that's going to play like pretty loose. Yep. And yeah, we only lost 10 big points there, so it's not bad at all. Nobody bets. Did we open fold d6? Was there a race? I think we opened fold d6. I think we were just distracted. It's all good. Wouldn't mind barreling a second time, but it's just kind of difficult when he has a shorter stack. Yeah. That's a good call. Good call. Got caught. Check. I think that's just gonna jam like a lot. Okay, we have a one-liner, and that's an insane price. And just call. It was kind of a weird amount. 30 like would have looked better. Yeah, my hope with just calling that was just like he was either going to ship it. I probably did miss out on some value by not I'll call here. I think we definitely missed out on some value. By not just shipping it. It's a bad card. That's an even worse card. Yeah, we'll just check it. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah, should just shipped it on the river. Like, I mean, the guy sort of plays like a maniac. We'll lose, but why not? But like, I don't know. Like, he hasn't gone like too incredibly insane, like in a lot of instances. So. So I should have just done the betting. Let's see. Yeah. So. I think if it had been like ace-7 suited, that would have been like a slam dunk 3-bet. Yeah, it is funny because, I didn't make the comment earlier that, like, I've been in the mode to fast play some of my hands. Fast play more of my hands, that is. Let's see. The one, yeah. Because, let's see what it's been. What would have made the higher straight? Would have been King Jack? Yeah. Yeah, should have just shipped it. We literally had was it the second nuts? Yeah. Love to see what that looks like in a solver. Just like negative 500 BBs, like something like that. They didn't have that much in the, he didn't have that much in the stack. I'm just kind of joking a little bit, but yeah. I think there's just no reason to get tricky when you have like the best hand. Like, and you have the best hand, just ship it. Okay, against this player type. It's actually a pretty good 3-bet. Good deal. Good deal. Yeah. Easiest fold. I've ever made. Interesting that a 2415 open limped. Very interesting. Very suspicious. And then he just folds. Okay. Where do I get a minimum? Like you could like just color code players, because like I would have color code him as like a weak reg. Oh, that's a woof. Oh. Let's play check fold. Check fold. He has a queen. Hopefully he just wants to check. Yeah, that's a fold. That sucks. Really sucks. Yeah, I mean, it's just never really not a 9 there, at least. It's a called flop bet. Called flop bet. Called turn stab. I feel like a bear queen. Unless it's just like, like a queen with like a ace of hearts or something like that. I feel like that doesn't continue too often. Like this guy, probably. I mean, he's a 69-20, but yeah. See if we can do it with pocket kings this time. Oh boy. Oh, I didn't mean to stand up. I meant to top up. Actually, standing up actually probably was the thing. Alright, we're going to change the tables one last time, and sit down, play this table for a little bit, and we'll just call it. Gonna finish the session down. It's okay. I don't think I think we ran into a little bit of variance. Definitely didn't play perfectly. A lot of things could have done better. This is very loose, I think, but not very loose, but slightly loose. Let's see. And that's why you don't play that. But yeah, I don't know. Like that Ace Jack, Jack 6 hand, I think was one we could have maybe gotten away from, but I don't know. It's just very difficult on a flop like that to it's just very difficult to it's actually kind of bad. I didn't realize there was that many limpers. I don't know. It's just a hand that's very difficult to not try to get stacks in against a guy like that. We've gotten aces and kings a lot on this very short stream, but unfortunately, have not. It's not been met with much resistance. So I'm gonna write that down. I think maybe the strategy, I guess, if we are looking to get called with their aces, I mean, a fold is a fold. It's good, but against regs, we should not try to isolate them, because I mean, you will get like a random fish that will call like your 5x 3-bet. But yeah, you will run into that a fair amount. Alrighty. Pocket pairs are just not getting the love that they deserve. Or premiums, anyway. Yeah, for sure. We have just been. I tend to say, like, we're on, like, the. Let's go, that, maybe. Like, just a little bit under 5x. Let's see. We're gonna call here just to get maybe squeeze out a couple more hands before we shut this down. The end of the string came at the perfect time. I have to pee so bad. It's weird that this is a chapter. We'll just check. Man. Call one. Why not? Alright, guys. I'm gonna let this fold out. And that is going to be all she wrote. But you know what? The words of Wolf of Wall Street. Alright, let's see. Let's get. Let's get 24. Immediately blossom for notes in action. Let me go ahead and shut this down. So when this is done, I am going straight to the bathroom. Call, raise, yes, yes. Sorry, didn't mean to slow roll you. Yes. Got him. All right, guys. What a way to end it. And it's going to make me play another one. We were going to fold the King 8. What a way to end it. I still think we were probably down. Yeah, we lost $2, but damn it if we didn't have fun doing it. All right, guys. Well, this was a good stream. I mean, like, hell, like, ending on pocket aces like that, like the only time that we actually got called with aces or kings, yeah. I don't think I've ever had that much fun losing $2 in my entire life. So, anyway, guys, that is going to about do it for me. I am going to run to the bathroom. I'm going to try to maybe squeeze out another session maybe later today. If not later today, then sometime tomorrow. Yeah, man. So this is Rod with NOGTO. I'm signing out. Peace.